So the next thing that happened on Monday Night Raw, we get to the next match of the night. It was the Intercontinental Champion Dominik Mysterio versus Rusev one-on-one for the Intercontinental Championship. So yeah, we get to this match. Well, Dominik makes his entrance first, and then we see Rusev making his entrance. But before Rusev can get in the ring, we see Dominik hitting a suicide dive onto him, and then he throws Rusev into the steel steps. They get into the ring, they finally get the match underway. Dominik was actually taking control of this match the first half of it, but then Rusev starts coming back and starts beating the hell out of Dominik, and then we see Rusev picking up the pace, and it looks like he's about to win because he steps on Dominik's back, about to lock on the accolade onto Dominik, but then Dominik quickly slips through, sliding out of the ring, and then we see Dominik grabbing his Intercontinental and AAA Mega Championships, and it looks like he's about to walk away, but then in the Timekeepers area, we see Penta popping up, and Penta's preventing Dominik from leaving, and Dominik and Penta's face-to-face, and then Rusev comes up grabbing Dominik, throwing him into the Timekeepers area, into Penta taking both of them out, and then we see Dominik grabbing the ring bell hammer, and then Rusev grabs Dominik, he throws him in the ring, and then Rusev and Penta's face-to-face outside of the ring, and then he punches Penta outside of the ring, knocking Penta down. The referee's all distracted by that, and we see Dominik slipping the ring bell hammer into his boot, and then we see Dominik knocking Rusev onto the second rope as soon as he got back into the ring. He tries to hit the 619 onto him, but then Rusev grabs him by the legs, countering it. He pulls him in the middle of the ring, and then he pulls out the hammer that was inside of Dominik's boot, and then he was about to hit Dominik with it, but then the referee stops him, and then Rusev turns around, pretty much frustrated and everything about the hammer and all that stuff, and then he gets hit with a low blow by Dominik. The referee didn't see it, and then that's when Rusev falls onto the second rope. Dominik hits a 619, and then he climbs up the top turnbuckle, jumping off with a frog splash onto Rusev, pinning him for the 3 count. So yeah, Dominik Mysterio defeated Rusev tonight to retain the Intercontinental Championship. That's what happened there. Really good match. And then after all that stuff, we see Dominik rolling out the ring, celebrating and all. Rusev gets back up to his feet, but then Penta gets into the ring, jumping off the second rope into a tornado DDT onto Rusev, laying him out, and then Penta standing tall inside the ring. So yeah, that's what happened there for the match. What happened after the match, I'll give it all 3.5 stars. That's why I'll give it pretty good stuff. But yeah, up next, it will be Becky Lynch versus Maxine Dupree one-on-one for the Women's Intercontinental Championship up next on Raw. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Till then.